And welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us this Sunday. My name's Athena. I'll be helping lead our service portion of today's gathering. And a little bit about Sanctuary Church for those who may not have joined us before. Sanctuary is a 508c1a faith-based organization. We use psilocybin mushrooms as a sacrament to connect us to divinity. It is our sincere belief that the consumption of psilocybin-containing mushrooms is a communion which brings us closer to what is commonly called God. We understand this concept as pure consciousness, which permeates all being. This pure consciousness is, we believe, the ineffable source of creation and the origin of health and well-being. Our faith in sacred mushrooms stems from prehistorical use by our ancestors and personal experiences of our modern members. It is our belief that psilocybin-containing mushrooms are one of the greatest sacraments that nature offers, raising our awareness so that we can access a direct connection to the source of life. We should not be mistaken for a medical or therapeutic organization. We encourage anyone facing trauma recovery or mental health issues to work in conjunction with a psychiatrist, psychologist, or accredited therapist. Our objective is to help and support you in reconnecting with the universal source of healing, your own divine spirit. As we get ready to begin today's service, we ask that you mute your mics if they are not muted already. We want to let you know this meeting is being recorded. If you have any questions about, feel free to reach out privately. A portion of this service, we will invite you to journal. So now's a good time to grab a notebook and pen if you'd like to participate in that. And please do, if possible for you, find a comfortable space where you can relax and be present for the service. Today's service portion of our gathering is around 30 minutes of silent participation on your part, during which time we'll begin with a short meditation. We'll read the poem which the church has adopted as our acknowledgement of oneness with all that is, titled A Litany of Gratitude. A reading from our rotating text, along with an opportunity to journal your thoughts around the reading. A reading from our main text, the Tao Te Ching, and after that, we'll bring the official service to a close. From there, we'll move into an optional discussion period, which we've allowed 90 minutes for until noon Eastern, and do invite you to participate if you feel called. Welcome again. Thank you for joining our sanctuary community in celebration today. As we begin our statement of faith, we recognize that this statement does not exhaust the full extent of our faith. We believe that sacred mushrooms are a primary source of personal and divine revelation. We seek counsel from the mushroom to find direction and inspiration in our faith practice. And we believe that all individuals who seek true revelation from divinity can do so. I'd like to invite Julie to lead us in our meditation this morning.
Good morning, everyone. I invite you to allow yourself to settle into a comfortable position with a straight back. And take a few deep cleansing breaths and relax into the sensation of gravity, as if it is a giant hug by your Mother Earth. Let's do that for a few moments. As we gather here today with our community, let us become aware of our awareness, the inner light of consciousness that shines within our very own hearts and minds. Your awareness is not your thoughts. Your awareness is that which is aware of your thoughts. Your awareness is not your feelings. Your awareness is that which is aware of your feelings. Your awareness is not your body. Your awareness is that which is aware of your body. Take a few moments to turn the light of your attention away from objects and towards that which is the knower of objects, that which is the light of awareness in you. Other words for awareness include consciousness, attention, awakeness, and noticing. This very awareness is that of the one mind, the one consciousness that flows through all of us, the spirit that moves all things, the Tao. There is nothing in creation that does not come from it. All of creation is made of it. It is chock full of infinite potential and actualization. Behold this awake and aware mind within you, made of pure light, full of infinite potential, the wish-fulfilling jewel, shining within all things, yet limited by nothing. It is the basis of our creativity, joy, love, and unity as one humanity and one earth, one consciousness moving through us all. It is our eternal home. As we rest in this relaxed state of pure awake mind, we bow to the vast and sacred source within us. And as we are present with our community this morning, let us honor that awareness within each other. Take some deep breaths, and then when you're ready, open your eyes. Namaste.
Thank you, Julie. And I'd like to just take a moment to recognize our subtle sacrament ministers, those partaking in sacrament today and every day, sending them love and gratitude in their practice. And as we move into our litany of gratitude, I invite you to unmute your mics and join me when I say, we live in all things live in us. We live by the sun, we feel by the moon, we move by the stars. We live in
all things.
all things.
Things live in us.
We eat from the earth, we drink from the rain, we breathe of the air. We live in
all things.
all things live in us. We call to each other, we listen to each other. Our hearts deepen with love and compassion. We live in
all things.
all things live in us. We depend on the trees and animals. We depend on the earth. Our minds open with wisdom and insight. We live in all things.
And
All things
live in us.
We dedicate our practice to others. We include all forms of life. We celebrate the joy of living and dying. We live in all things. All things
live in us.
We are full of life. We are full of death. We are grateful for all beings and companions. Thank you, everyone. If you would, please resume your mute. And I invite Carla to help us with our first reading.
Good morning, everyone. Apologies for the voice. I've been sick for the last few days. Letting Go by David R. Hawkins. The real source of stress is always internal. It is not external as people would like to believe. The readiness to react with fear, for instance, depends on how much fear is already present within to be triggered by a stimulus. The more fear we have on the inside, the more our perception of the world is changed to a fearful, guarded expectancy. The more, excuse me, to the fearful person, the world is a terrifying place. To the angry person, this world is a chaos of frustration and vexation. To the guilty person, it is a world of temptation and sin, which they see everywhere. What we are holding inside colors our world. If we let go of guilt, we will see innocence. However, a guilt-ridden person will only see, sorry, I lost my spot. However, a guilt-ridden person will only see evil. The basic rule is that we focus on what we have repressed. Stress results from the accumulated pressure of repressed feelings. The pressure seeks relief, and external events trigger what we have been holding down. The energy of our blocked-off feelings reemerges through our autonomic nervous system and causes pathological changes leading to disease. Stress is determined by our belief systems and their associated emotional pressures. It is not the external stimulus that is the cause of stress, but our degree of reactivity. The more surrendered we are, the less prone to stress we are. The rationalizing mind prefers to keep the true causes of emotion out of awareness and uses projection to do this. It blames events or others for causing a feeling and views itself as the innocent victim of external causes. He got me upset. World events cause me anxiety. Actually, it is the exact opposite. The suppressed feelings seek an outlet and use the events as triggers and excuses to vent. We are like pressure cookers ready to release steam when the opportunity arises. Our triggers are set and ready to go off. In psychology, this is called displacement. Through constant surrender, we let go of pent-up feelings, and it becomes difficult, if not impossible, for anyone or anything to make us feel any negative emotion. Thank you.
Thanks, Carla. We'll now take a moment to reflect on these readings. If you have your journal and pen nearby, we have a journal prompt this morning. Take a moment to reflect on one or two of your most prominent negative emotions. It is okay. We all have them. Recall a time when you have been triggered to feel those feelings. Can you become aware that the outside event triggered an internal response? Can you begin to see that the outside event was the trigger, not the origin of the negative emotion? We'll come back together in about 5 minutes. like to begin finishing up your thoughts? We'll begin moving into our next reading. The paradoxical nature of life and its mysteries are best experienced through the ineffable space we find in our communion with the mushroom. For more than 2,000 years, the Tao Te Ching has provided guidance and instruction for exploring the paradox of existence. It is for this reason that we employ the Tao Te Ching as our primary sacred text and invite all to study it further as you delve deeper into the mystery of life. I invite Margot to help us with our next reading.
Good morning. Tao Te Ching, Chapter 48. Learning consists in daily accumulating. The practice of Tao consists in daily diminishing. Keep on diminishing and diminishing until you reach the state of non-ado. No ado, and yet nothing is left undone. To win the world, one must renounce all. If one still has private ends to serve, one will never be able to win the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Margot.
Thank you, Margot.
All right, we're going to move into our announcements this morning with the help of Amy.
Good morning, everyone. Our virtual circles and workshops are now open to non-members for a suggested $5 donation and no additional cost for official members. This week's virtual offerings include this evening at 6:30 Eastern, Veterans Healing with Psilocybin with Jeff. Tuesday at 6:30 Eastern, Internal Family Systems with Debbie. Tuesday at 7:30 Eastern, Meet Your Power Workshop with Bill. And Saturday at 10:30 Eastern, Book Club with Susan, Russell, or Jason. Please register and find Zoom links on our events calendar on Psanctuary.org. And this Wednesday, Courtney will be leading our in-person Women's Circle, October Sacred Circle at Clifton Universalist Unitarian in Louisville, Kentucky. During this circle, occurring during full moon time, we'll come together in a meditation honoring our ancestors, followed by the next and shower of love, authentic relating activities. This circle is donation-based and open to all members of our community. Membership is not required. Warm herbal tea will be available in the community room following the circle. Please register via our events calendar on Psanctuary.org. And mark your calendars for 2 upcoming workshops on November 9th and 11th, led by Debbie Pierce, educating and discussing our new ministry serving those diagnosed with terminal illnesses called Sacred Passage. Life-threatening illnesses typically create an existential crisis that is accompanied by a variety of strong emotions and important decisions. Research has shown that psilocybin mushrooms help individuals navigate their journey through illness and a potential end-of-life transition. Sacred Passage combines the core knowledge of the end-of-life doula and life-threatening diseases with psilocybin sacrament training to provide a safe and meaningful experience that helps the participants live more fully and prepare for a peaceful death transition whenever that occurs. Find all info on our events calendar on Psanctuary.org. And that is today's announcements.
Thank you, Amy.
You're welcome.
All right, membership with Stephen.
Good morning, everyone. We have 7 new members this week. We have Mary from Kentucky, Amber from Maine, Rick from Kentucky, Christopher from Pennsylvania, Rick from Massachusetts, Angela from Kentucky, and Trevor from Maine. So welcome, everyone.
Welcome. Thank you for taking the steps to join our community. If you are not yet a member and are curious about what that looks like, you can find more information on our website at sanctuary.org. All right. We've come together with intentions of service to the land and all its inhabitants. It is in our hearts to go forth into the world with the collective consciousness. We encourage you to stay for continued fellowship and conversation around our readings today. And for those unable to stay, we thank you for being with us. As we further our conversation, please remember that all perspectives are welcome as we search for the spiritual truth that unites us all. Much love to you all.